Oh, that's perfect. Exactly like 5 o'clock. Excellent. And we'll get in and out of this bathroom because that window's not here anymore. Because I gotta get ready for lecture. That is how school be. That is how school be. Yeah, but I went, you know what, screw it, I'm just leaving my car there. Because we were getting drowsy, we're getting deserted, so I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It can sit there, it can run all night. It doesn't use that much fuel sitting there idling. Kill one with a knife right in the middle of the road so you can find it easier. I don't really care about putting these in the road because I'm not going to pass through here anytime soon. Early morning lectures or crimes going to commit. Oh man, I do not miss waking up super early to go to school, like college school. Like I have to wait up for like an 8 o'clock lecture and going, why would you do this? Why would I agree to this? Why is this the only time slot this class is offered? Oh yeah, I had it's not something I got to do particularly often. When I had semesters where like all my classes were piled in the evenings, oh that was always so wonderful. Those are the best of times. I wish I could still be that way. If I drank till 4 a.m., I'm sleeping till like 3 p.m. the next day. Excuse you, zombie. I don't know where you came from. I mean, it's obviously the woods. But the fact that you just, like, stealthed up behind me is not cool. I want to see if the helicopter's coming. That's what I care about right now. Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to get the end of my broadcast on the radio. You didn't have to make a whole thing of this. Like, I remember high school and college, early college, pulling, like, all-nighters on a very regular basis. It was, like, no big deal. Like, absolutely fine. Could do it anytime I want. Not even a problem. And nowadays I pull an all-nighter. It's like, so what are you doing the next day? Sleep. And the next day, probably still sleep. I'll probably still be recovering. Yeah, saying fresh as milk was probably, like, you were still drunk. You hadn't woken up. I had that when I was working retail. A whole bunch of the people who worked at the same company I did, like, all of us went to the same party. And, like, so I was okay because I was like, I have work tomorrow, so, like, I'm not gonna get too carried away. But, like, just about everyone else in one of the other departments basically got themselves just absolutely skunk drunk. Like, as drunk could be. And they all planned, like, none of them would talk to each other about this. Like, it wasn't a thing they thought about. And so they all tried to, like, call in the next day. So, like, literally every single person in the department for, like, a retail store were like, oh yeah, you know, can't come in, not feeling well. And eventually the boss figured out, it's like, you all went and partied. This is a small town. You know, word gets around. It's like, you guys all partied. And the one was like, look, you know, we didn't plan this out. I'm sorry. He goes, I can come in, but it's like, I'm not hungover, I'm still drunk. And the boss is like, look, fine, yes, come in. I know you're drunk. Just keep your shit together for like 2-3 hours. Then, you know, like, then there'll be the next shift of people who wasn't at the party can show up. Hey, how's it going, I'm having problems reading that. Kamishi? So you got bitten a few days ago on my friend's server. That's no fun. Cool. Need somebody to cover. Yeah, that was what's happening. It's like, there was there, and it's like, you know, I was in there, it's like, you know, we've got enough people in my department. It's like, if someone has to go over, he goes, do you know how to do any of these, like, things that were specific to the electronics department? We all kind of looked and said, no. It's like, yeah, then we like, as much as I'd love for you to, like, save the day here, you know, it would basically boil down to the first time you went to ring up a customer and that came up, which would be almost every sale in the department. Be like, okay, well, go get the boss. Yep, so kill this handful, and I'm going to call this part clear, and we're going to start pushing on the prison. I don't think we're going to actually get to the prison this stream, even if I go late. I'm having this funny feeling we're going to go on that main road that goes to prison, and I'm going to be killing like 200-300 zombies before we actually get to the prison. And that'll probably be a day or two's work, especially since I'm still working at this. Let's see. Integer Smirk says, have you done car horns on the street? I haven't done like a huge amount. I'm actually planning on, like, before I even worry about the car horn nonsense, I'm probably going to hit the prison first, because I'm just considering prison part of Rosewood. But I haven't gone full blast with the horns. Yeah, we'll end up getting that. I wouldn't be surprised there's really not that many zombies left around in the woods, because every single time the helicopter rolled through, we were down here and we drawing them in. Alright. There you go. Can you say error activity detected? Gonna have that? No? Okay. I want you to stay that way. Because, like, there's been, like, those individual zombies in the backyard, I'm probably not gonna worry about them. Like, we'll get them later. I don't want to have to go through and, like, skulk in every backyard. Because I'm going to be coming, like, I'm going to be looping back through these places again and again. And I figured they'll come out to me by then. Well, actually, if they're going to be so kind enough to walk around, I'll meet them. That's fine. I just want to go climbing through backyards full of trees if I don't have to. Alright. Artyom, you have yourself a good sleep and all that. Thank you again for the support and all that good stuff. I do appreciate the lurk. Yeah, because I'm basically going for, like, the strategy with all those, like, random ones in the closets and all that. We are going to loop through these yards every couple of months, make a bunch of noise, all that kind of stuff. So I figure those zombies will come out on their own eventually. If we do get the point that we're, like, finishing up Louisville, and we're like, okay, then maybe I'll actually go and be ridiculous and start popping my nose in houses. We'll see. That's still a tall order that realistically the chance of us getting there is not great, but we're going to try. Because, you know, we're at 65,000 zombies we just crossed. And again, we're, do you need to loot houses? No. I have zero need to loot anything really anymore. Like, at this point, I'm making my own food, I'm making my own water. The zombies are providing weapons fast and I can ruin them. We have no unmet needs. Like, going in and skulking about the houses is how you die. Tight corners and doors. Like, going into the prison is kind of one of those things that is a bit of an exception, and the mall would also be. Oh, let's get that group in the back there. Swallow the one out of the street. Come on, hear me. There you go. We'll see if I'm still on Colo. Like, we've already gone longer than I usually go. There's a good chance, if you have a decent length lecture, I probably, whether I want to or not, will have to call it a night. Which for those, don't take that as like, it's time to dash. I'll find someone to raid. I'll try and put you in good hands. Alright, you take it easy, Colo. Hello, zombie friend. You know, typically when you're in a courthouse, it's a bad idea to smash out the window and go running. That'll get you in trouble. Alright, so how ridiculously sketchy are we expecting this road to the prison to be? Because I'm well, I shouldn't say sketchy. How ridiculous are. Ninja Smirk dropping a lurk as well. Thank you so much for dropping that lurk there. Do appreciate it. And for that whole normal spiel I usually do, thank you so much for everyone who has been tuning in, who's been lurking, who's been chatting, who's been following, subscribing, doing the bits, the hosts, the donuts, the raids, and all that good stuff. It all helps and I really do appreciate it. I do hope you are enjoying the stream. Okay. And this is a road I expect we're going to drive along a number of times. I am expecting the prison to be one of these things that takes me a good couple in-game days to do. I can't imagine this is going to be a particularly fast thing, because I'm going to want to go super slow and be super careful. House is still the best place for fanny packs? No. If you want to find fanny packs, the place I would strongly recommend is there is the country club south of Riverside. Kill zombies. The zombies there are touristy as tourist can be and will have fanny packs more than you could ever possibly want. Okay, I was expecting way more zombies. You can also find, if you're ever looking for Hawaiian shirts, Country Club is also a good place to find Hawaiian shirts. I mean, who doesn't want a Hawaiian shirt? They're comfy, they breathe, they're nice looking, kind of with their floral patterns and all that. Mostly they breathe. Did I mention I live in a place where it's hot and having clothes that breathe is pretty nice? I actually don't really have... wait, do I have any Hawaiian shirts? I don't think I have any. Not that I would be opposed. I do think, though, I have not purchased one. I don't have many button-up shirts. Cyber Ranger says, it's around 3 degrees Celsius here. Yeah, I mean, it's not Hawaiian shirt time yet. You'll get there. You might have a day or two during the summer. Just one or two. Neurospice LLC says, Florida man. I love Danish summer. It's the best day of the year. That's like I love Florida winter. It's the best day of the year. And even then, when we call it winter, it's more like I love sort of fall. Not quite. We didn't quite get to the full proper fall, but sort of kind of fall-ish. A leaf may have changed colors. Just one. Yep, they're 3 wide. Didn't want to mess with that. Come on, friends. Let's cooperate. Get in line. You know the drill. I mean, you probably don't know the drill. Everyone I've taught the drill, I killed them immediately after. So that's probably on me that this information's not getting around. So, you know, that's fair. That is my bad. Why are there so many trees? No one wants you, trees. Get out of here. Yeah, no, that is... Oh, hey, Machete. How you doing? Yeah, that was not a well thought out thing for me. Like, oh yeah, I will teach the lesson to these zombies, and then I will kill them. Oh. Right. Alright, so the machete is down by the gravel path. And that's part of the take your time, no rush. Yes, I want the machete. Yes, I'm greedy for the machete. It will be there when I get there. Let's see. Neurospicy is saying, Florida is the most attractive state to buyers if we ever needed to sell some land to the Netherlands. Okay. Yeah, Cyber Angel saying, that sounds like a you problem. You are correct. It is a me problem. Cyber Angel popping out a stretch. It's been a while. Let's get that stretch. I also need to stop slouching in my chair. I will try and actually keep the talk of politicians out of it, but I believe it was something he said. I do not believe in the moment it was a serious thing so much as like the man just says stuff without thinking about him. And I'll just leave it at that. Because I know that like opening that can of worms will get divisive as hell. Well, I shouldn't say divisive. Controversial. I have my very, 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 very strong opinions of that, but yeah. So far as the Greenland trade, like I don't care because it wasn't like a serious actual trade, but the other stuff. But the cheese pop is not particularly popular in Denmark. But the cheese pop. Not particularly... I'm not familiar with the cheese pop. Yeah, and I'm gonna avoid, like, that's a whole thing. All I will say is when someone does what they say and what they're saying is terrible, maybe not. Yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the kibosh in any more, like, even though I am down for those jokes on my own time kind of thing. We'll avoid bringing up any of the political figures and even the jokes around them and all that kind of stuff. Because like I said, it 100% almost always will end up becoming a political argument. Yep, so just... Yeah, now you're fine. It's just kind of going, yep, we'll put a cork in it. Hey, Whiskey Jack. Yep, I am going really late. I've been saying that, like, I have been going for partner, and so as part of that, like, anytime I see, you know, I see it's like, oh, we actually got good viewership to, like, actually help me hit my numbers that I need to make that happen. I have been pushing longer than I would. It's probably not something I'm going to do long term, going this late. Like, the 4 a.m. thing, sure. But, like, going later than that. That is me doing the hustle of, like, yep, let's get our numbers. Let's make it happen. And I do understand there's a bunch of people who, the first time they apply for a partner, I heard it's a very common thing that Twitch will come back and be like, I see you just hit your numbers. What if you just tried to keep those numbers for a little while longer? Just, you know, just see how it does. I've heard that's a thing that happens. I don't know if that's true or not, or, like, how much, like, that's truth, or, you know, if, like, their channel, they went from having, like, 30 viewers to jumping up to 75 viewers average or something super fast or whatever it is. Alright, Wissy Jack. You sleep well.
Whiskey JVCK just subscribed.
Waking up to Storge, that's a good time. Thank you, and thank you for re-upping that sub. That's 3 whole months you've upped your sub. So I really do appreciate that. It means a lot. And that's a Prime Gaming sub as well. And you only get one of those a month, and you've used it here. So continue enjoying your wonderful advertisement-free viewing. And there's the emotes. Thank you again for supporting the channel. This is the number of zombies I was expecting. That's the thing, like, when we were going up that road, I'm like, I'm seeing no zombies. Like, not that I'm expecting this to be the busiest place on Earth, but, like, there should be a decent number of zombies here. Yeah, we got a long hike still before we reach the prison. So I fully expect we're gonna make good progress on this road, but I do not think we're gonna reach the prison in this in-game day. And end of this in-game day, we do need to retreat back to main base. We are going to be hit with a tropical storm. I do think when that storm arrives, versus just, you know, sitting out like the day or two or whatever it takes to pass, I might wrap up the stream at that point, because I have been going super long. We are coming up, like, by the time we're all done with that, we're probably talking like 7 a.m. my time. So I will be going to bed to the sunrise. Thank you for the follow. Clever Rabbit. Welcome to stream. And by the way, I like that name. But anyways, and that's just a reminder, because I normally am better about doing this during the stream. If you have been enjoying the content you've been seeing here, don't forget to drop a follow. Because you're going to have an awfully hard time finding your way back here if you're not following. I do stream 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. EST 7 days a week. Most days I've been streaming Project Zomboid. Currently it's on the schedule for Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday I haven't figured out what we're playing. This week we've done Project Zomboid. I had RimWorld for that day. The RimWorld numbers have been kind of sucking on Twitch lately. So, yeah. Can you get a peek at the skills? Sure, I will give you a peek at the skills. And then Thursday we do what we call Other Game Day, which basically I kind of just ask, you know, ask in the Discord, say, hey, like, what game do you want me to play? It's not that I necessarily go with what most people want me to play. It depends on what like fits the channel, but it will show you. All right, so here are the skills. I'm gonna drag drag those over here so they're out from behind my head and all that. So yeah, we are up to 7 fitness, 8 strength, about 5.5 nimble. You know, so it only counts like 5 is the only thing I get the skill, but it's just saying that we're getting good progress towards our next level of nimble. Almost all of our combat skills are at, like, we actually have a split between 7 and 8, with spear and axe lagging well behind. Carpentry, cooking, and farming are all maxed out because we use those all the time for staying alive and using our base. We did get tailoring up to 10 maxed out because tailoring is extremely powerful. And mostly our crafting skills will probably take for absolutely ever to get anywhere, and all that. I'm going to shrink that away, put it down here. And that's just what happens when you're fighting this many zombies for a year and a month. We're at 65,000 kills. So we've killed a zombie or two in our day. Deniner says, do you think Shortblade is good? I picked up the Hunter trait and my character aiming bow. Yeah, I actually am a big fan of Shortblade. Like, jokingly in a few other people's streams, I have the nickname of Mr. Shortblade. Granted, you can see from the weapon skills I do use a lot of different weapon types, but Shortblade is always the one I fall back on. Generally, the way I approach it is if you're watching, you'll see me use stuff like machetes, katanas, crowbars, lead pipes. Like, doesn't matter. I'll use whatever two-handed weapon or like good solid weapon I have that goes on my back. But the moment we get to the point where I see moderate exertion up there, I immediately snap out the hunting knife and I keep going, because the hunting knife use so little stamina to fight with, you can basically keep fighting pretty much until you get sleepy. So, versus a lot of people who, you know, they'll break out an axe or a spear or whatever their choice weapon is, and they, you know, fight a horde to maybe they can get through 3 hordes, then they'll either have to, like, plop down a chair and rest, or they'll have to sit on the ground and recover, or stop fighting for a while. Not me. With my short blades, I just keep on going. So there's the exertion, short blade comes out. And right now you're seeing where it's taking 4 hits to kill. That's because of the exertion. We usually will recover from exertion after not too long. Yep, we're already recovered from our moderate exertion. Yes, hunting knife is the best short blade. The cleaver looks like it wants to be good, but the meat cleaver, in my opinion, is not, like, it's objectively not a good weapon in my book. And the reason for that is the meat cleaver uses more stamina than any of the other short blades. And then it has some crit, which, you know, crit's kind of nice. But if you're going for the crit, you should just use an axe. Like, it's trying to be an axe and it's trying to be a short blade at the same time and kind of failing at doing either well. Versus the hunting knife has better non-crit damage than the cleaver. So to, like, give you an example, I almost always 2-shot right now with the hunting knife. Sometimes it's 3-shot, but mostly 2-shot when I don't have negative penalties against me. Versus the meat cleaver, I can 1-shot or 4-shot. Is pretty much the way it splits. So I'd rather just 2-shot reliably than some zombies just die instantly and some zombies feel awful with how many hits they take. But soon, I'll start 1-shotting zombies with the hunting knife. And I'll stop seeing 3 shots. I'll still get 2 shots mixed in there. I'll never have every hit's a 1-shot. Like, the hunting knife never gets quite that awesome. But, I mean, 2-shotting is real good. If you can do it, like, super reliably. That is Short Blade 9. Denire says, I found a lot of hunting knives in Zombie. That's the other reason I like hunting knives. is it's a weapon you can fall back on. So I should be able to one-shot occasionally at this point. Not reliably, but one-shots are a possibility, I believe, at 9. It could be I need a little bit more strength, but I should be in that window where it's possible. We should still see the occasional 3-shot. Oh, we're drowsy. I was like, wait a second. I shouldn't be at a 4-shot. What is this garbage? Right. We're drowsy, so we're taking a damage penalty, so we're not going to kill stuff as easy. Now, unfortunately, while I want to keep pushing for the prison, the bad news is we have a tropical storm coming the very next day. So I got to retreat back to my main base because fighting during a tropical storm is no bueno. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make our way back home. And we are going to hunker down. But yeah, not a bad day. I think we've killed over 5,000 zombies today. Yeah, a little bit over 5,000 zombies today. Not in-game day, sorry. Stream. We've killed over 5,000 zombies this stream. We've been killing a couple hundred zombies every single day, just about. We had much higher counts towards the beginning of the stream. Towards the later part of the stream, we started getting lower and lower counts because, you know, I gotta find the zombies to kill now because this used to be, like, we've killed, I think, close to 25,000 zombies in Rosewood, if my memory is correctly, which, you know, probably not. Ko said, I forgot the most important things, most important thing on the lectures, a phone. Gotcha. Oh, you young people, and being able to actually have streaming on your, or like, stream video on your phone during college classes. That wasn't a thing I could do. Our data plans were just disgusting at that point. Like, that was back when they charged you $1 a text once you went over your 100 texts or whatever your plan had. Us older folks had to sneak in an actual book. I doodled. Like, that was my, I am completely uninterested in what you were teaching me, was I would get out a sheet of paper and I would draw. And because originally when I started college I was an art major and then eventually switched over to computer science, electrical engineering, and electrical signaling, I had an excuse being like, oh no, I need my sketch pad. I literally have an art class I have to go to. So don't give me lip when you see it pop out. How about, hear me out, you stop sucking at your lecture. I didn't actually say that to teachers. But it was really funny when I became, so I actually started teaching college courses at 19 years old. Like, that's how well things went there. And that was honestly mostly luck. Right place, right time kind of thing. Like, I made my luck, but that actually happening was 100% outside my control. And it was nice, like, people type, I was like, well, this is what young people are. And it's like, hey, young person, first, that's super ageist and awful. And two, you're just completely off your rocker. Man, we're already sleepy at 6 p.m. I mean, we did kill a lot of zombies today compared to the recent days because of the big hordes we did see later on the route towards the prison. Like I said, I'm thinking what'll happen is it'll take us a day or two more of just meat grinding the zombies to get to the prison. I would guess probably a day to maybe even 3 days to actually clear around the prison. And then, you know, the actual fight inside the prison, I have no idea how long to expect for that. It's going to be an event. As he says, seeing or being on both ends, what would you do if you saw your student reading a book during your lecture, one of your lecture? I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care. Like, I have seen students who can just sleep through a class, and I've seen the professor, like, you know, like thermodynamics, like try and, you know, wake up the student and be like, answer this question, and then the half asleep student go, oh yeah, the answer's that. And I've seen this, professor feel like really dumb trying to, because they're trying to have that aha moment. It's like, maybe if you applied yourself. And that just doesn't work out. The kid's smart. But yeah. As Cypher's Angel is saying, hey, you paid to be in this classroom. What you do with your time in my classroom is on you. Now granted, I was fortunate that my classes, they were like so I had CompTIA A+ certification. I had PC repair and advanced PC repair of the classes I taught. And so they weren't part of a core degree at the school. So they weren't required as your only option of course. So you had to choose to take those courses. And so that really helped me because you went out of your way to say, I want to take your course. Or you had some boss who was paying you to take the course so you could get your certification because it was a requirement for a contract or whatever. And so usually most of the students I had in my classes wanted to be there / were interested in what you're teaching or were motivated to learn. As opposed to, I have a certain amount of sympathy for people who have to teach like Lit 1 or something like that, where it's an obligation no matter what degree you're at here in the US. And pretty much, I would say 95% of the kids don't even want to learn it. And so yeah, so many of the students check out. By that I mean they ignore it, they draw, they doodle, they read book. Kolo is saying, oh man, we got zombies here. How tired are we? We're tired. We'll deal with them tomorrow because we're not going to have the tropical storm show up immediately tomorrow. It's probably going to be close to the end of day tomorrow. But we'll deal with that. Yeah. Well, to be here, my schedule has a room and a floor, but no building, or building a room schedule. Sometimes there's nothing, another, go figure. Yeah, I'm sorry, I study for free. Ah, okay, so you're, gotcha. So there's scholarship or grant or, it's just where you live. It's just something that's provided. Like it's like school is not for profit or whatever over there. I don't know the situation, but yeah, gotcha. Like that's what things, like I remember there was so many things that stressed me out so much with college because when you're paying for it, like it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. So you want to make sure you get it. And if you fail to get your degree, like all that money is gone. And you don't get the piece of paper that helps you get jobs or anything like that. And for the record, when I was in school, like going into school, it was still considered like the no-brainer, you go to school. Like don't do that. You do that. Nowadays, if people are like, oh, should I go to college? Like, I can't answer that. Like there is way too much in that question nowadays to give you a simple yes, no. Like, what is the cost benefit of taking that degree? How much does the college cost? How long do you expect? Would it be a better use of your time to pursue the profession directly versus getting your degree? Will the degree make it like a ceiling that you won't be able to advance farther? Like those are all the questions now that are job by job now that just make it all more complicated. Let's see. Cyber Angel says, it's still the student, still the students that has to apply doing. The professor's offering knowledge, but if the students choose not to listen, it's on them. Absolutely not the lecturer. Right, and I would say that's the difference between like grade school, middle school, high school versus, college courses. Like, when you're talking about someone who's still in grade school and all that, you're talking about a minor they don't fully understand, or like honestly, even early college, you don't fully comprehend the consequences of wasting your time in school and all that. Like, you're not fully aware of that. You're still developing a lot of that. Why do you do this game? Like, you have all these fruits and all these vegetables, and you're like, I'm just going to do nothing but carrots. I don't want to have to pick out every single individual ingredient manually. But the game will absolutely just shove a bunch of the same things in otherwise. And I don't care about making us happy or not. I just don't want it to make us sad. Oh yeah, Z Savage Couch. I stream 7 days a week, 5 p.m. EST to roughly 4 a.m. EST. Is my normal schedule. There are times I deviate from that. Why is the car battery here? Get this out of here. That doesn't belong there. And then tonight's stream will be Project Zomboid. Now that said, this is Tuesday that we're going to be doing the stream coming up. So usually the way that rolls is I will have part of the stream, I do multiplayer. So if you're looking at it, basically what'll happen is the stream will start. I'll be doing our solo run that we're doing right now. That'll go on for a couple of hours. Then I've got a bunch of my friends that become available. We usually stream for something like 2, 3, 4 hours. We do multiplayer, and then I go back to my solo run. Because basically I play multiplayer while they're available. It's not that it happens every single time. There's some times where it's just like, either people might not be feeling it, or, you know, we're all at the mercy of whatever jobs, whatever we take, so they may not be able to make it a specific night. It happens. And it could even be that, you know, I know they've been playing Lost Ark, and it could be like, oh, you know, we want to do Lost Ark. That's all fine. Like, it won't bother me. But yeah. Let's see. Right. And I get it doesn't matter. So, like, fundamentally, it doesn't matter who pays for the lecture, that kind of thing. And I do say, yeah, you know, there is the obligation of the student. If you're going to be there, they need to learn, or they should be trying to learn everything. And that said, at the same time, like, I find a lot of the way they handle curriculum in universities and colleges kind of garbage. Like, if I'm trying to get a degree for a specific profession, and then I have to take all these courses that feel completely unrelated, I get it, but you're obligated to get through it. And I find, and I've had courses like that you're 100% like, I know I need to learn this, blah, 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 that kind of thing, but it's very difficult to get yourself motivated to actually want to learn it, because it's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do for a living. It's not what you want to learn. It's not why you're there. It's just some arbitrary thing that someone said, this is something you need to get this degree. And you go, but why? And so that's actually one of my problems with formal education right now these days, and it's always been a problem, is so many of the things that they want to teach you. It's like, I mean, it's not that that knowledge doesn't have value. It's like, I would much rather you focus on all the stuff you're not teaching about whatever their pursuit is.